1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here. Today we're going to work on the classic fiddle tune Blackberry Blossom in the key of G. This classic fiddle tune has a great melody. It's going to give your pinky some serious workout. And the song has some great chords, a whole bunch of chord changes. It also modulates to the relative minor, the E minor on the B part. So we're going to talk about that in this lesson. Very common thing for fiddle tunes is to modulate to the relative minor. So that's an important thing to work on. I'm going to break down the whole thing, the whole song note for note, and then show you again a bunch of backup stuff you can do. So we're going to work on 2-finger chords. We're going to work on chop chords. I'm going to show you how I do the backup for this whole song. And if you're watching the preview of this lesson, you can head over to my website, MikeHeadingMusic.com, and pick up the full lesson. You'll get the video, you'll get 3 practice tracks, and you'll get the tab with it. So you get everything with this lesson. All right, here's Blackberry Blossom in the key of G. All right, let's start breaking down this Blackberry Blossom in the key of G. Let me play the first 5 measures, and then I'll start breaking it down. Here we go. Couple more times. One more time, a little slower. Okay, so we're going to start with our pickup, measure 1. We're going to start on the and of beat 3. So what I'd recommend is count 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to play on and. So I'd follow the pick directions really closely below the tab. So the staple looking symbols are downs and the V's are upstrokes. So the staples are downstrokes, the V's are upstrokes. Since we're starting on the and of beat 3, we're going to start with an upstroke. Really important. That's gonna set us up to get the right pick direction into measure 2, which is the start of the song. So we're gonna start with an upstroke on the 5th fret of the A string, and then open E, downstroke, and then upstroke on the 2nd fret of the E. So we've got, and that's gonna set us up to do a down at the beginning of measure 2. So 1, 2, 3. We're basically walking up the notes to a G, the 3rd fret. That's our root note that we want to get up to. We're just walking up the notes to a scale up to that note. So we got D, E, F sharp are our pickup notes. And then we're going to start with the G. So that's kind of what we're doing there. We're just walking up to that note with picking. So 1, 2, 3. Let's do that one more time. And if you were having a lot of trouble doing that, coming in on the and, you could skip that 5th fret and just play, and just come in on beat 4. So you'd go 1, 2, 3, like that. That would just be taking out that upstroke, but it kind of adds a cool effect. And since this is an intermediate lesson, it's good practice. So one more time, 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to play our opening melody line, which is going to be what I call a scale pattern. Sometimes they call it a folded scale. We're basically going to go up 3 notes of the scale and then back to our original notes. We're going to start on our 3rd fret on the high E string, go up to the 5th fret on the E, and then 7th fret. So we're going to do down, up, down. So I didn't do the correct picking there, but let's do it now. So we got, and then we're going to go back to our starting note. So we've got, if you think of these notes of the scale, this is our root note. That'd be 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 1. That's our pattern. 1, 2, 3, 1. We're going up 3 notes and then back to our original note. And I'm trying to keep my fingers down as much as possible. You know, resist the urge to lift them all up, especially since that third fret, since we're going right back to that. And I realize this is going to be some pinky strengthening practice too, so I would practice it with your pinky and fingers like I'm recommending. If you're having tons of trouble, you could also shift up and do it that way, but again, this is good pinky practice. In any more intermediate or advanced songs, you're going to need to use your pinky, so it's good practice. Okay, let's do the beginning of measure 2 again. So we got... And then we're going to go down the scale and do that same pattern. So now starting on the 2nd fret, go up 3 notes, and then back to our starting note. See how we continue that same pattern? Listen, this is good ear training as well. So we're going up 3 notes, back to our original note, and then starting 1 note lower and doing that same pattern. And then at the beginning of measure 3, we're going to go down to the next note and start that same pattern. And I'm doing all down and up picking there. It's all 8th notes. So let's do those 3 phrases in a row. That's the pattern. A couple more times. And then at the end of measure 3, we're going to break the pattern. We could continue it, but we're going to do 5th fret on the A string, so go down to the A string, 2nd fret on the A, open A, and then down to the 5th fret on the D string, which is a G note. So we got... Let's do measure 3 all together. Just going to loop it. Doing all down and up picking there, even though I'm changing strings quite a bit. Okay, let's play those opening 3 measures. A little faster. And then measure 4, we're going to do 2nd fret on the D string, a little phrase, we're going to go. So we did 2nd fret, all on the D string, 4th fret, 5th fret, back to that 2nd fret. Again, this is good practice of keeping your fingers down. We're actually doing that same pattern idea. We're going up 3 notes and then back to our starting note. So keep your fingers down and then open D. So we've got, and that's our first quarter note. So we've got 1 and 2 and 3. So that's just a down, and then we're going to do 5th fret on the D string, open A with a down up. That's 4 ands. So we got, let's do that a few times. And then measure 5, 2nd fret on the A string, 5th fret on the D, so down up there, open A, 2nd fret on the A, open A. That's good picking practice there. We're doing down, up, down, up, down. You know, even though I'm changing strings and going to a lower string, I'm still doing down, up there. That might feel weird. That'd be a good spot to practice. Okay, let's do the first 5 measures, and then we're back into that opening pickup. So that's the end of measure 5, open 2. You could do the pickup that we did, but I just took out that up stroke on the 5th fret and just played a quarter note at the end, at beat 3 of measure 5, excuse me, beat 3. And just give it a little space there, so that's what we did there. So let's play the first 5 measures. And then you could repeat it. I'm just going to loop the first 5. So I'm just looping the first 5 a few times, and then